Shalom Aleichem. We're continuing here in Hachseg's learning of the Pele Yoetz. Today is number 185, Erev Shabbos Kodesh. And not by chance, we're going to see certain things today that is literally in this week's Parsha, Parsha's Mishpatim. Haleitzanois, dahainu ha'iskim b'schoik. Leitzanois, mockery that you make of others, is when you are involved in schoik, with laughter, joking. You mock and you scoff a friend. To increase your laughter and your joy. I'm having happiness and laughter and joy at the expense of putting somebody else down. Ra'asam Rabba, the evil is great. Rabbi says, I'll teach us how when a person is a scoffer, they make mockeries of other people. In the beginning, they will receive yisurim, suffering. V'seifel kalya, and in the end, it will be destruction. They will be destroyed. Bar minan, we should not know of such things. Hasheker, deceit, falsehood, lying. Hu chet chamor, it is a terrible sin. Ka'avodah zarah, it's as bad as avodah zarah, as idol worship. Only for the sake of peace is a person allowed to change the truth. And if there's no other way to get around this situation, then it's even a mitzvah to tell over such a white lie, as we would call it, to be able to keep the peace in the situation. There are certain things that Talmidei Chachamim are allowed to change based on the truth that they don't want to reveal. For modest purposes. For example, they are allowed to lie in order not that anybody should know that they and their wife were together. Not to tell over his own praise. For example, if he's a massive Talmid Chacham and he knows a lot, he's allowed to lie. He doesn't have to say how much he knows. Al derech shama, like it says, you should teach your mouth to say, I don't know. Somebody asks you, can you tell me what the Gemara over there in Sanhedrin Daf Pei Aleph says? I don't know. I'm sorry. I have a halachic shaila, Rabbi. Can you tell me what's going to happen over here in the case of this is the kosher or not kosher? I don't know. It's a very good question. I'm not sure. Now, you do know the answer, but the reason you're answering no is because you want not to reveal how much you actually know, how quick the answer is there, so on and so forth, for your own humility. They tell over Maisa, I believe with the Brisker Rav, that when he became the Rav in Brisk, so they were very excited. He was known already as one of the young up-and-coming from Gedolei Ador, and he became the Rav in the town. And the first day that he was there, they brought him a very basic shaila kashrus. And he looked at the questionnaire and he said, I'm not sure. I'm going to need to look it up. Maybe come back to me. And the person came back to him a little while later and he said, I'm still working on it. I'm looking through the Shulchan Aruch. Come back to me. And he came back and said, I don't know. I don't know the answer. What? The town went wild. He doesn't know the Brisker Rav. We asked him to come to be our Rav, the Paisik, to be able to decide the halacha in all situations. We know that he's a Talmid. Now he's telling us he doesn't know. So they came back to the Rav sometime later and they said, we're a little bit disappointed. We thought you know halacha. Now you're telling us you don't. So tell me, the shaila, the shaila, it's fine. The shach over here, taz over here, everything is fine. They said, Rabbi, then why did you tell us you don't know? He said, because I know that I'm a Rav, and I know the situation I'm going to get into where I don't know the answer, and it's going to be a very difficult question, and I'm not sure what is going to be the right thing or the wrong thing. And if I'm too haughty, I'm too arrogant on myself and my great mental prowess, so then even when I get to a situation where I won't know the answer, I'll say that I do know the answer, and I'll give you the wrong answer. So I'm training myself, starting today, that it's okay to say I don't know, because in that way I humble myself, and then when I'm not sure, I really will be able to say I don't know, and I'll have to go and learn what the answer is going to be. Says the Pele Yoetz, the Gemara says, teach your mouth to say I don't know. Anybody who says falsehood for the sake of heaven, that would be okay. Meaning, if you're trying to defend HaKadosh Baruch Hu, make Navachil Hashem, make peace between people. For Amr, like it says, Gedoyla Aver Lishma, greater is an Avera, a sin that you did Lishma for the sake of heaven. It's great, and therefore, if you're doing this for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's going to be okay. If a person curses their friend, or yes, Atzmai, or even himself, or yes, Mishachai Bichvoida, or somebody that he owes honor to. Or someone who owes you honor and respect, you still curse them. An unwarranted curse will not go unturned. It's going to come back to bite a person. Even if you cursed him for a good reason, not for naught, to your portion is going to end up getting cursed. And if in fact the curse ends up, even if the curse doesn't come true, your schusim, your merits, the fact that you wanted to curse somebody, can be taken from you. And if it comes true and you end up hurting such a person, you're going to be held accountable for that as well. Besides that, you went against what it says in the Torah and you cursed the person, which you're not allowed to. Your curse ended up bringing badness into this world, and now you get a double punishment. Is someone who excommunicates his friend, or he calls him cursed, and he says you deserve to be excommunicated, or another kind of excommunication. Or you put someone who's not really obligated to be excommunicated, you put them in excommunication. You become like that person who will be excommunicated. You deserve the excommunication now yourself. If you speak to your parents harshly, with brazenness, chutzpah as we would call it, and you do it in a shameful, disgraceful, and way that is bekas, with anger, children screaming and yelling at their parents, you're not allowed to do such a thing. Nichnas begeder oror makle avi v'imo. Cursed is the one who degrades his father and his mother by speaking to your parents harshly, by speaking to them with brazenness and chutzpah, in shameful, embarrassing ways that are filled with anger. All of that is cursed. So if you speak to a widow, to an orphan, or to a widow, because you harshly, you are going to transgress the prohibition of to every almana, to every widow, every yasam, and every orphan. Do not oppress them with your words. Mamish, this week's parsha, Parshas Mishpatim. For Rabbi Chazal teaches on that. Tachas Yishmael. It's better for you to work under Yishmael, under a goy like Yishmael. Do not work for Yisayim, for orphans, and almanas, and for widows, because they're so sensitive, and they can be so delicate, and they could cry so easily if you get upset with them, or you say the wrong thing, or you aggravate them in your work. You could end up hurting them, and you don't want that. So better you should go work for a goy. Don't work for an alman and a yisayma, because you might end up hurting them, and even if you don't mean to, and you'll get an aveira. But even the Rav that teaches Torah, the Yisayimim, if he's teaching it to Yisayimim, to orphans, tzarich lerachem aleim, he has to have mercy on them, ulahalom, and he has to guide them, uliyasem, and even discipline them, benachas, peacefully, uberachamim, and with mercy. Can never be harsh, can never be hard, can never bring the belt down on the person's hand. Don't scream at them, don't yell at them, don't call them names. I shouldn't do that to any student, but it was more common, and even when it was common for other students to be treated in a harsh way, never, Chalila, says the Pele Yoetz, do that to Yisayim. Lo sa'ana ariv, do not respond to an argument. Because if you respond, you strengthen the machlekes, the argument. You cause it that it will increase until the flames of machlekes will be consuming around the people. Chazal teach us, the world hangs al blima. What is blima? On the person who keeps his mouth closed. B'shas Mariva, at the time of an argument, of a machlekes. If you can close your mouth and not say a word, when there's arguments, when people are yelling at you, when things are going on, you disengage, you don't get involved, the world depends and hangs upon you. And if you do answer, if you have no choice, it should be with gentility, Meishiv chema, because that soft answer will turn away the anger of that person. Hanoi sein eitz sheino again is if you give advice to somebody that is not appropriate advice, it's not good advice. You're now transgressing lif neiver, putting a stumbling block in front of them. If they're going to listen to you and they act upon your erroneous advice, you're causing them to stumble. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He checks, examines the hearts of man. Okay, never. Fear the Rebbeinu Shalom. Don't give advice that you shouldn't give. Don't tell a person to do something that you know is wrong, because the Rebbeinu Shalom looks inside you and He knows if you have the worst intentions in mind for that person, and therefore a person is going to get chapped by the Rebbeinu Shalom doing the wrong thing. So we have all these areas of our speech where you could use them in the right way, but just one wrong turn, one wrong word, one wrong kavanah, you can use them all in the wrong way. And Rachmana litzlan lo aleinu ba'minan, as he says, we should avoid cursing, we should avoid curses, we should avoid hurting with kas and anger and our parents and the like, and all these things. And I missed one chapter over here. One little thing. I'm sorry, I skipped. Hamechane, going back up a little bit. Hamechane shem ra lechavero. Somebody who gives a bad nickname to their friend. The guy's 4 foot 8 inches tall, and you call him shrimp or shorty. So that's not nice. That's very embarrassing. Avagav the dashbe, even though he's accustomed to it and doesn't make a big deal, nevertheless, it's not right. V'amal bin pnei chaver, someone who embarrasses his friend, barabim publicly, ein lo chelek la'olam haba, they have no portion in the world to come. So whether you are calling him a nickname that is embarrassing and that is uncomplimentary, or you embarrass a person in public, ein lo chelek la'olam haba, and the rest we saw already. And in Mitzvah Hashem, we will continue after Shabbos. Have a wonderful Shabbos, a wonderful day. There's a lot of talking that can go on Shabbos. Let's be mindful and use our mouth, our lips, our tongue, our throats, our voice, the Peh Kadosh that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has given us, the way that we express the deepest meanings that are there inside of our neshama, to express our emotions and to others as well. Let us use it in the right way and not chalila in the wrong way. And then that way we will elevate the kedusha, the sanctity and the glory of Shabbos Kodesh. All the best.